Let the barbecuing begin. This weekend is the official start of barbecue season. And if you're celebrating with a new grill, don't send your old one to the landfill. Elizabeth Hashagen has an eco-friendly solution in this week's Go Green with 12. Well, the man that many believe could have been the next president of France is now under suicide watch after being charged with attempted rape. Tonight in your business news, a mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow gained a point, closing at 11,952.
From here at the Jones Beach Tower all the way to Merrick Road, hoping to find something, anything that may lead them one step closer to either the serial killer or Shannan Gilbert. And here is a copy of it listing all the reasons why. The bill's co-sponsors are now furious and plan to fight it. Most of the people we talk to who live in this apartment complex say they know exactly what goes on here. They know about the drugs, but they are too afraid to talk to us on camera, too afraid of retaliation. This is a stand-up tanning booth. Doctors say spending just 10 minutes inside one of these is equivalent to spending 4 hours baking in the sun at the beach. She is an oyster sloop that used to work the waters around Long Island, and this weekend you can set sail with her around the Great South Bay, just one of many great things to do here at the festival.
Larry, is this good news overall? Because schools seem to be, saying they support education. As I mentioned, that is on my bucket list. I want to go up in one of those babies.
Oh yeah, really?
Call me sometime.
Well, Judy, the search is over for today and no human remains were found. But for 7 hours, 50 police officers concentrated their efforts on the southern part of the Wantar Parkway, from here at the Jones Beach Tower all the way to Merrick Road, hoping to find something, anything that may lead them one step closer to either the serial killer or Shannan Gilbert. By air, by foot, and by bucket truck, state police scoured the thick, thorny brush along Wantar Parkway, the first time investigators have moved their search for more bodies off the barrier island. Despite special rough terrain officers using every available resource, they have come up empty-handed as the hunt for Shannan Gilbert continues 1 year after she went missing.
There has been no specific information that has prompted this search. This search is being conducted as part of the overall investigation due to its proximity to the Ocean Parkway body discoveries.
Wantar Parkway was shut down to traffic as 4 police search teams fanned out along the 5-mile stretch. A state police helicopter hovered slowly overhead. The ground cover so dense, canine cadaver dogs had a tough time getting through.
I'm here to remember my daughter Shannan.
Yesterday, Shannan Gilbert's heartbroken family came to the Oak Beach neighborhood where the 24-year-old Craigslist prostitute was last seen alive. She disappeared without a trace exactly 1 year ago. It was the search for Shannan that led to the December discovery of 4 women's bodies, all Craigslist prostitutes, all wrapped in burlap.
If it wasn't for her, none of these other victims would have ever been found.
In March and April, 6 more sets of human remains were found along Gilgo and Jones Beach, but none of them were Shannan. Gilbert's family now vows to find Shannan, praying she is still alive.
Find her and bring her home.
And state police are not done. They'll be back out here tomorrow morning at 8:30 searching the other half of Wantar Parkway. At Jones Beach, I'm Jill Conway, News 12 Long Island.
News 12 Long Island's Jill Conway is in Long Beach to explain why. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Ron. Well, the Loop Parkway is off limits because the bridge is getting repaired. Residents are just trying to grin and bear it, but realistically, it is just not easy getting around.
25-30 minutes to get to school, and now it's taking 2 hours.
Frustrated and annoyed, Kelly Miro is one of 30,000 drivers who cross over the Loop Parkway drawbridge every day and now face this. The bridge is out until Wednesday morning for repairs, forcing everyone to take an alternate route, which means sit in bumper-to-bumper traffic.
The traffic was just completely backed up in both directions.
With the bridge closed, the only 2 ways to or from Long Beach are either Atlantic Beach Bridge or Long Beach Road. Quite a hike for some, one that adds at least 30 minutes each way to their trip.
I do airport transportation. A lot of my calls are in Merrick, so I got to go all the way around. So it's going to be a nightmare.
At 75 years old, the Loop Parkway drawbridge is showing signs of her age and getting a much-needed facelift. Workers are using the next few days to reinforce steel that has corroded over time. Residents may not like all this hassle, but officials say it can't wait any longer.
It is an inconvenience, but it's for the greater good of preventing real serious repairs in the future.
Well, officials even warned residents beforehand with signs, and get this, they called each and every homeowner just to remind them. Bear in mind, again, this bridge doesn't reopen until Wednesday, 5 a.m. In Long Beach, I'm Jill Conway, News 12 Long Island. Lauren. Handcuffed one by one, they were led out of FBI headquarters in Melville. More than a dozen people who authorities say controlled the flow of crack cocaine in and around Rockville Center. The major drug distribution ring was allegedly run out of this housing development on Old Mill Court, where word of the raid spread quickly. Happy, Fritz Caesar says, that police are trying to clean up the place. He says with drug dealers and violence, it is a dangerous place to live.
When I walk at night, I come outside to get my car. I a little bit scared.
The FBI raid was a culmination of a 4-month joint investigation with Nassau and Rockville Center police departments. Authorities say wiretaps were used to listen in as men bought and sold large quantities of crack cocaine. 4 of the suspects are believed to be members of the Bloods. Most of the people we talk to who live in this apartment complex say they know exactly what goes on here. They know about the drugs, but they are too afraid to talk to us on camera, too afraid of retaliation. This man, who didn't want us to show his face, says he's lived around here for 40 years. He says drugs have caused the community to go downhill. He's relieved now that the streets are a little bit safer.
It needs to be done. I mean, I don't want my grandkids growing up in a community where it's drug infested, because it trickles down, it destroys families.
If convicted of drug trafficking, each of these men face a minimum of 10 years in prison. In Melville, Jill Conway, News 12 Long Island.